Hello, everybody. Tracy, Mrs. JDog Flanagan with you here today. I'm the co-founder and senior vice president at JDog Brands. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Tactical Treasures podcast sponsored by the JDog Foundation. Our podcast gives the military community a voice in the veteran space to share their stories of service, how they continue to make a difference in civilian life, and a tactical treasure that has shaped their journey in their military career, business, or life. Today, I'm honored to speak with Logan Spiewak, who is a Marine Corps veteran and is the executive director of the Boots to Health Foundation, dedicated to improving veterans' health and well-being. Having served as an infantryman, Logan brings firsthand understanding of the challenges veterans face and a deep passion for helping them thrive. Before leading the foundation, he founded and ran his own business, gaining valuable experience in leadership and strategic planning. Logan's journey from Marine to entrepreneur to nonprofit leader reflects his commitment to making a lasting impact on the lives of veterans. Hello, Logan. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to the podcast, and thank you so much for your service to our country.
Well, thank you for having me on, Tracy. I look forward to our conversation today.
Yes, we have a lot to discuss. I'm really excited to talk about the great stuff you're doing post-service, but I do have a couple military questions for you before we get into that discussion. What inspired you to join the Marine Corps?
Well, this is probably something you heard very often. I was obviously as a young boy, you see a man in these dress blues, and that caught my eye right away, and that was something I could see myself wearing one day. So ever since I saw a gentleman walking down the street in his dress blues, I wanted to wear those dress blues as well.
Okay. Yeah, the Marine Corps dress blue uniform is pretty impressive, I
I
have to
think they're
say.
yeah, they're probably the best dress uniform still in the military to date. I think everybody would agree with that.
Yeah. No argument there from me. So is there a particular aspect or moment from your service that stood out as impactful in a positive way for you?
Yes, definitely positive and negative. Obviously, depending on how you look at it. One of the positive things is coming from a unstructured youth environment, going into a structured environment was very beneficial for where I am today.
Yeah. I hear that a lot, that, you go in kind of one way, a little unstructured, seeking direction, and the military certainly gives you that.
Well, yes, I have an interesting upbringing that definitely helped me, I think, become more determined, resilient, and disciplined in my business. So.
Yeah. Yeah, great. I understand that you had, before you kind of went to the nonprofit route, you had a previous business. Have you always kind of had this entrepreneurial passion?
Well, Tracy, so this is great. I was expelled from high school, so I didn't really have too many opportunities. So you have to get creative. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When nobody,
sure.
when nobody wants to hire you, you kind of have to hire yourself. So that's kind of how this entrepreneur started. So,
Hmm.
yep.
Okay. Um, so you had this other business. What was the journey like to founding Boots to Health Foundation?
Yeah, so Tracy, that's a great question. How this whole thing started is obviously you've heard it a million times, Tracy, especially with your husband being ex-military and all that good stuff. You know, when you get out, the discharge isn't the best. There's a huge gap of need there, and I fell in that gap and didn't really have any, structure again laid out for me, and started making bad decisions again, as you've probably heard a million times, Tracy. I met this older man at a gym. No joke, Tracy. I thought he was a poor old guy. I bought him shoes, kind of told him my vision of why I wanted to start this program and start my own gym. And that's how it all transpired because I bought this old man shoes at the gym. No joke. No
Oh,
joke. No
oh,
joke.
from buying a pair of shoes
No
for
joke.
someone who needed shoes.
Yeah, no joke. I couldn't believe it. And it's,
That's
I thought he was financially destitute, Tracy, and that was complete the opposite, you know? So,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, that's amazing. I love that story.
the ignorance is bliss.
So, when did Boots to Health Foundation kind of get off the ground?
Yeah, so I started Boots to Health in 2020, going into 2021. The foundation got off the ground after Don died, the gentleman who co-founded the organization with me.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, he passed away. He had blood clots anyway. So yeah, after I lost my structure again with another gentleman who kind of had the background in fundraising, leadership. He's done this his whole life, Tracy, to be
Right.
quite frank.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was learning so much from this guy hands
Mhm.
on, and then he passed away, and then I lost my entire board. Had to start it from scratch in 2022. The
Wow.
first, yeah, no joke, Tracy. So I talk about fighting all the time. I fought really hard to get this thing to where it's at. For the next year, really didn't make any progress. 2023, we started to make some progress. 2024, kind of doubled it. This year, I would say, is when it really took off. Like it got off the ground for sure. And then looking into next year already, having everything solidified and how everything is, and having all these relationships and these people that are invested in the program, I think now it's just going to compound. So I would say at the beginning of this year, really started to make an impact and have more results for the veteran community. So.
Right. And so, I've been to your website and I've kind of done some research on my own. And you sort of modeled the program from your experience. You went through a similar program, or when you were kind of finding your way and thought that that would be a good model for this Boots to Health program. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yes, that is correct. Yeah, Tracy. I thought if this program would help for me, I think this is going to help other people because I went from night and day. Like if you knew me, Tracy, who I was, yeah, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, to who I am today, completely night and day, right? And I was like, well, I don't want to put anything out there in the community that I haven't experienced and actually have gone through myself. That's actually
Right.
not going to help people because there's so much stuff out there now
Hmm.
that's a facade and doesn't really help. And I actually wanted to help the veteran community because I understood the struggle. And I know there's so many people that are struggling today that don't get help because there's a stigma and all this stuff around it. But if they would actually take time to get better and help themselves, they would be more successful in their lives and their families' lives, and it would just be better for the community because veterans are hard workers. Let's not forget that. And these
True.
people can be very successful. They just have to help themselves.
Right. And could you talk to me about, because I think there's a couple key components that make up the entire program. So I would like to hear about that.
Yeah, so Tracy, focus on the holistic piece, right? Because that's going to set these individuals up for longevity and sustainability. So the program consists of personal training. We got to make sure the veteran can get back in shape, get healthy, manage their health issues, whatever's going on. Because
Hmm.
if they're not, first of all, you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Let's just get that straight, as you
True.
know, Tracy. Um, we're focused on that, the nutrition, right? So whatever you put into your body, food is medicine, and you have to put in the right nutrients throughout the day to day, because of the stress you're enduring, the environment you're in, whatever your occupation is, family. These are all stressors, and it's very important to make sure that you're eating the proper food throughout the day, right? So we put together workout program, a meal plan, and then we help these individuals if they want with life coaching and that spiritual aspect. And a lot of
Hmm.
veterans that have these internal issues tend to come to faith because they're hurting internally and they're looking for something that they can't find. So they
Hmm.
turn. A lot of these individuals end up turning to the faith, but that is not pushed on anybody. I don't
Hmm.
believe I share my faith openly, and I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to force that upon anybody if they don't want that. So whenever these individuals are ready, we offer those services to them as well.
Okay. And you have a physical location, correct? In
Yes,
Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania?
we do have a fitness studio in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It's on Trindle Road, going out towards Camp Hill.
Okay. And so in order to participate in the program, do people need to come to that physical location, or is this something that they can participate in online or virtually?
Yeah, so Tracy, that's a great question. So recently, we've been able to implement more of a hybrid approach because we've been having more interest in the program, thankfully, from people outside of our locality. So now we're able to send participants programs that are not local. But I do encourage everybody to come locally because that's going to give them more of a chance to build community and then get more involved in Boots to Health and doing events and meeting other veterans and kind of building a network that way.
Right. And is there a timeline of this program? Like, do they go through this program for like a month or 2 months, or? How does
Yeah,
that
the
work?
program. Yeah, so the program's 3 months long, and the program's completely cost free. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that, but the program is
Okay.
completely cost free. Obviously, you have to. So a lot of the stuff that we offer, Tracy, you're probably into health and wellness because you are a business owner, so you know it's stressful and taking care of
Mm,
yourself is important.
right.
So a lot of these services, Tracy, as you know, are very costly, right?
Hmm.
And
Oh,
if
yeah.
they can't afford them, how are they going to get the help, right? So you have to kind of eliminate that entry barrier
Hmm.
so individuals can come into the program. So.
Right. Okay. So you recommend that if somebody is, I don't know, let's say there's a veteran in Florida that that read about your program online. I understand there's like an application process that they need to fill out, correct?
Yes, I totally forgot to even mention that. Thank you. Anyway, I think good idea, Tracy. Draw me back. You can tell me that. I'm blonde. I get it. Anyway, yeah, there is a program application on the website that they can fill out. And also, in addition to that, we work with the University of Pennsylvania to get this website to be applicated, like this fitness app. So right now, there's an app being curated to kind of centralize all these resources and everything that we do, so we can send out programs like automatically to other veterans outside of Pennsylvania if they want to get involved in Boots to Health. So that is something that's currently being worked on as of today. So.
Okay. Okay. But I mean, let's take our Florida veteran, right, that read about you guys and thinks, wow, this is the program for me. They fill out the application, they're accepted into the program. Can they like fly up to Mechanicsburg and get lodging and participate in the 3 month program? Is that what you would suggest? Or would they be more of an online hybrid approach?
Well, see, this is circumstantial because every veteran's situation is a little bit different. It depends on
Correct.
yeah, it would depend on what's going on in their personal lives. I would recommend for that individual, if they are financially stable and everything, and they're looking to get fitness and health needs, to reach out to us through that hybrid approach. Now, if they're looking for longevity like that in housing, I do know a couple nonprofits in the area that could probably take them in for the housing aspect and kind of work out a program that way. We've done that with VOPA, Veterans Outreach of Pennsylvania. Their veterans stay on site there, and we've been able to train their veterans and bring them to the gym. So that
Oh,
is
wow. Okay.
definitely, definitely an approach that we can do. But I would recommend the hybrid for that person. To be quite frank, that's a long,
Right.
long flight, Tracy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm just, I'm just sort of putting out a scenario to you to see, to try to understand, um, how that would work. But I mean, it's great that there is like online services. So people, if they're unable to be in person because of, travel and being on a another side of the country or something, so that's nice that there is that option. And you did say that it's free for the veteran, no cost. How do you fundraise? Do you fundraise, or can people donate? How do you get the money that you need for the program and to have veterans come through?
Yeah, Tracy. Well, that's a great question. So I guess this is me talking about the business side of things. I think from my personal experience, being so young, Tracy, right? When I walk into the room, I'm usually the youngest one there. And a lot of these people don't take you seriously at first. You have to prove yourself, Tracy. Like, oh, this kid's 23, he's 24. What does he know? Now that I've been doing this for a couple of years, people are starting to believe it and see it, and it's becoming reality. But my biggest thing, Tracy, is I've been able to build really good relationships with certain individuals who have contributed large amounts of money, especially going into next year to the program. And I'm very thankful for that and for those
Mm.
people because they believe in what we're doing. And that just gives me more of an opportunity to continue to market, outreach, and continue to serve.
Hello, viewers and listeners. The JDog Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to prevent veteran suicide and heal veterans' mental health and PTS. 100% of all proceeds goes directly to the organizations we are partnered with. If you go to jdogfoundation.org, you can learn more about our mission, donate, and if you are in need of help, please dial 988. Our motto, saving lives one veteran at a time. Check us out, jdogfoundation.org. Right, right. And if can people donate? Just you know, the like if I wanted to donate, or just Henry or Sally heard about your program and they think it's terrific and they want to donate, or can they go to the website
Yeah,
and do that?
yeah. If anybody wants to donate, Tracy, they can either send a check to our PO box at 1216 Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, or they can make a donation on our website at boostthealthfoundation.org. But either way, I think money is great. But if people want to get more involved, hands on, that's like the best way to really make an impact. And just if anybody's local that's listening to this, if you want to become a volunteer and ask on that kind of aspect and help at events and outreach, I think that'll have more of an impact. But money's great too. But I like to see hands on work.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you do have volunteer opportunities as well. I did not realize that.
Yeah, so Tracy, thankfully, we've been able to build a good local network here. As you know, Tracy, Pennsylvania has a huge veteran population, and there's a lot of
It
veterans.
does.
There's a lot of veterans in our area, so we've been able to get invited to a lot of events, which is great. But that's the limited people here, right? So we need more people out in the community, sharing the mission, going to these events, doing these fundraisers for us. So yes, there's definitely volunteer opportunities.
Oh, wow. That's great to know. And so for the training aspect, do you have personal trainers that come up with, the training portion of the program? Is it a personal training, one-on-one situation with the veteran, or is it broken down into groups?
So yeah, Tracy, that's a great question. On one, it would depend on the veteran, the individual, where they're at with their, their fitness. Two, with their comfort, and three, if they don't want to be isolated, right? So I encourage everybody to come in the community, come to group workouts. I think that's the best way to compete with each
Hmm.
other, to push each other, and just again build that network naturally through breaking a sweat. But then there are some individuals who do prefer the one-on-one that would like the extra work because of their physical limitations, and that would be range of motion, weakness of the muscles, stuff like that. So it really just depends on the individual.
Ah, okay. Oh, I like that. So it's kind of personalized based on how they feel and any physical type of limitations that they might have. That's great.
Yeah, because yeah, it just depends on the people. I mean, because some people love
Hmm.
one-on-one because they like, oh, this is perfect. I get somebody for 45 minutes to work with me. Some people like, no, I want to go work out in the group. So it's just a mixture.
Right, right. Yeah, true. Um, oh wow, this is really amazing. I think it's awesome. And when you're looking at just, I think, mental health in general, it really is everything: mind, body, spirit, kind of being in sync. When one area is off, it tends to I think, affect the other areas of your life. So I think it's great that you're kind of molding everything together, that fitness aspect, the nutrition, the life coaching, and all that. I love it. I think it sounds like an awesome program.
Well, thank you, Tracy. I forgot to mention we do veterans that do go through the program. I should preface this: we do give them the opportunity to become personal trainers, and we'll pay for their certificates if they would like to pursue
Oh, wow.
that kind of career in health and wellness. So just to pay it forward. So
Oh, that's great. Um, that's really amazing. Okay, so a lot of information. Thank you so much for sharing everything. But, Logan, we come to the time in the podcast where I have to ask you, this very important question. I mean, we are tactical treasures, right? So I have to ask you, what is your tactical treasure that you would like to share with us today?
that's okay. I was not expecting that, Tracy. Okay. Sure.
I told you would know every answer to the question. And we're talking about a tactical treasure, we're talking just, it could be a motto that you live by, a value system, a mentor relationship, or, people have shared some physical things that they carry with them that has helped them in their journey.
Well, Tracy, if we go back to everything, it'd have to be those shoes I bought, right? Those shoes I bought that old man. That would have to be. That's how Boost the House started, by a pair of shoes. So I have to go back to the
Their
shoes, right?
shoes. I love
I
it.
gotta walk back to
I
the shoes. Get it?
Oh, I love it. That's great. Yeah, that's a great tactical treasure. because it wouldn't have happened without those pair of shoes.
It wouldn't have happened.
I love it. That's great. What a great story. As we wrap up our time here, this has been amazing, Logan. I'm so happy that you came on and shared the great work that you're doing at Boots to Health. Would love to know, do you have any advice for fellow veterans that are struggling with transition like you yourself did? And how can Boots to Health Foundation help with that?
Well, Tracy, I mean, I am a great candidate for this question. I would say, being expelled from high school and arrested numerous times, Tracy. Uh,
Oh, dear.
yeah, anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I got a great story, Tracy, but keep going. I mean, if you quit, you quit. I would just say, just to keep going, keep the faith in God. But if you quit, it was for nothing. So keep pushing. That's it.
I love it. That's great advice. Great advice. Before we wrap up our time here, can you just tell me where people can find and connect with you, and where they can find out more information on Boots to Health Foundation?
Yeah, so if you go, I mean, everybody has social media, so we're on every social media platform at Boost Health Foundation, Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me, I'm on LinkedIn, just Logan Spiewak. More than happy to answer any question, especially with starting a business with no money, really. So
You could certainly help with that.
I can actually put together a pretty good business plan for you now, if you would like.
That's awesome. Great. And find somebody that needs a pair of shoes, right?
They should be buying new shoes, Tracy.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Logan, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all that you did. I really appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having me, Tracy. It was a great conversation.
Yes, take care. Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures podcast. We've just finished up a very enlightening conversation with Logan Spiewak, who is a Marine Corps veteran and the executive director of the Boots to Health Foundation, which is dedicated to supporting local veterans in improving their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Their range of services includes physical fitness training, nutrition coaching, spiritual counseling, and life coaching, all provided to veterans at no cost. They take a holistic approach to address all areas contributing to the overall well-being of veterans. Their specific goals for the website include building a community for veterans and raising awareness about veteran health issues. Their aim is to provide specific features and functionalities such as a forum for veteran discussions and a blog for health education to support these goals. They have a physical location in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and they offer all their services online. To learn more, donate, and fill out an application to be accepted into the program, go to bootstohealthfoundation.org. And they are always interested in people who want to volunteer. You can also go to bootstohealthfoundation.org and learn about volunteer opportunities. And to reach out to Logan specifically, you can check him out on LinkedIn. You can search Logan Spiewak, and I'll spell that Spiewak on LinkedIn. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, you can find Tactical Treasures podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms, American Grit, and on our website, tacticaltreasurespodcast.com, as well as our dedicated YouTube channel. We're now airing on Reese Across America Radio on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you missed that, please check out the encore on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can also find Reese Across America Radio on the iHeartRadio app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. We are also proud to share that our JDog Foundation is a Reese Across America sponsorship group. For each $17 Veterans Wreath you sponsor, $5 goes directly back to the JDog Foundation, whose mission is to prevent veteran suicide and heal veterans' mental health and PTS. You can donate right now at reachacrossamerica.org/JDog. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again on another podcast real soon. Bye-bye now.